check out BigBadToyStore.com for this and other great toys. Now that's a face only a mother would dare not trust.
Hey, what's up YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Warbotron SLY Strike. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So here it is, as usual, you have your little negative type picture there of SLY Strike. You got the combined mode there in the background, and move him out of the way. You got, not a lot going on the sides of the boxes here. Warbotron, and of course, on the back of the box, you have another piece of the puzzle right here. You actually get some of the torso. So, again, if you have, who's this? This is Heavy Noisy. If you have Heavy Noisy's box, and you have Egg, and you have Airburst box, put these two together like that. And then you take SLY Strikes, and this one goes up here like that, and you're starting to make a lot more of that picture. And now you can see all the crap that's on either side of my background here. But yeah, there you got more of that picture. Another piece of the puzzle. And yeah, this is going to be one very, very large picture. So there you go. And again, that's a neat thing that they're doing with the boxes, actually making them like, you know, kind of part of a puzzle. They're making it almost like you have to have the whole set if you want to see the picture. It's probably this picture. No, actually it looks like it. No. No, it's different than this picture. Totally different picture. But anyway, enough about pictures. Let's talk about more pictures. Get this out of the way here. Got your slip case. Take that out, and then you have your standard packaging here with SLY Strike in full color. And on the side of the box, you have some nothing. On this side of the box, you have SLY Strike number G, rank, staff, series. They still haven't fixed this. Action team, Martial Master, still the RM'd fort. They still haven't fixed that. Why? And on the back, you have a picture here of the robot and the alt mode, and a whole bunch of contact information if you want to talk to them personally, and that's basically it. Warning! That's basically it for the packaging. So, moving right along. Now, one thing that does disappoint me, well, one thing you do get in the box, obviously, is the obligatory third-party collector's card. Now, you have that same piece of artwork there of SLY Strike, and it looks very nice. Nice, heavy cardstock, as they all are. And again, SLY Strike, number W, the RM'd, they still haven't fixed that. The series, yeah, still haven't fixed that. There are tech specs there, skill, strength, intelligence. So, there you have that. Yay, cards. I don't care about cards. The one thing that thoroughly disappoints me about this release is there is no comic book. No comic book. You just get instructions. You get the instructions and that's it. No comic. No more Megan going, oh my god, nothing. No bad English grammar. How long we'd been slapped. I wanted more how long we'd been slapped, and that's a bit disappointing. But there was no comic book in the box. I was thoroughly disappointed with that. But oh well, it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? So anyway, here we have SLY Strike right here, who is their homage to Combaticon Swindle. And it looks pretty cool. It's a very nicely done alt mode. I really do like this. Looks really, really good. Lots of nice molded detailing, some nice paint apps here. You got some silver there in the headlights. You got some silver and red right there on those headlights also. You got some silver there on the rims. Again, lots of nice molded detail. You got some silver, some red, some more silver up here. You got silver up here in these lights. All the windshields are nicely painted. And on the back, you got the tail lights painted in. You got some details picked out there. It looks pretty cool. The underside, You can see a little bit of robot, but still everything's contained pretty well. It does roll nicely, very smoothly. Rolls very well. So, you have that, but yeah, a very nicely done alt mode. Very good. I really do like it. Very much. So, for comparison, here he is with his buddies here. Here is Airburst. So there he is with Airburst. You can see how they look together. I'll leave him here for now, and here we have Heavy Noisy. And you can see how they look together. Bring this up a little bit. So there he is with Heavy Noisy, his fellow foot companion. So there you go. There's a team. There's a team that we have so far. And they look good. They look good together. I'm liking the way this team is shaping up. Really do. Really do. So there we have that. And here he is with Fans Projects, not Swindle. Right there. Munitioner. You can see how they look together. Obviously, big size difference because this was totally meant for a different, scale of figure. So, there you have that. And of course, here he is with G1 Swindle. Precious! So precious. So very precious. No. Okay. So, there we go. Now, of course, he does come with accessories. He comes with this little pistol right here. Yeah, which is nicely done, nicely molded. So he's got his little pistol. And there are ports on either side right here on the rear section of the Humvee. You can just take it, plug it in there. And he comes with his big cannon. Not the biggest fan of this transclearant part right here. Not the biggest fan of it, but, it is what it is. Otherwise, though, it is still nicely molded. And it looks pretty good. I mean, if you hate it that much, you can just get some black paint and just paint the barrel and just have the silver tip, If you hate it that much. But, not the end of the world, but I'm not the biggest fan of how this looks. But you can take that, plug it onto the other side, and there you go. Now he's fully armed and ready to go into battle. Woo! Drift! Okay, I'm sorry. So, there you go. So, let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into limb mode and show you how that works. Now, to go to limb mode is fairly simple. You're just going to take these wheel sections here. You're going to unplug them like that. You're going to take this front section right here. You're going to bring this up like that and collapse it up like that. Once you do that, you're going to take this purple section here. You're going to untab that and bring that down, fold it up. Then you can bring those back up. And there you go. And basically, the combination, the peg for the foot will go in between here. It doesn't come with it, obviously. They're not onslaught. It's going to come with all the combined mode pieces. So that piece will peg in right there, and then the foot will be right there. And of course, you can have the gun still attached. And there's basically your foot mode. There's the port for the combination peg, and yeah, there you go. That's the foot mode. Yay! Or shin mode, really. Yay, shin mode. So, there you go. There's your shin mode. So now we'll get down to the rest of the robot. So we'll just take this and just bring this back up, because this needs to be up here. And we'll bring this back down, just so we can start from ground zero. Peg these back in right there. Say just tab in right there on either side. Right there. Okay, so now we're back to square one. Now we'll get down to robot mode. So what you're going to do is you're going to come right here. You're going to take these panels. You're going to raise them up. They tab in 3 places. They actually tab in. There's a peg right there that goes into a port right there. This tab slots into this groove right here, and this peg right here ends up right in that port right there. So bring that up. And then you're going to bring the rest of this side up, which is kind of, this part scares me because this part is actually, it's not that it's thin, but it's really flexible, and sometimes when you're untabbing it, looks like you're really bending it more than you want to. So that kind of scares me a little bit. So you bring that up, and then you're going to take this panel right here, and you're going to, oops, I forget what I'm doing. Okay, you're going to fold it down like that, and then fold this up like that. So you have that part done. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that up. Apparently somebody gets annoyed when I say second verse, same as the first. You've just ensured that I will say it forever. I'm going to make sure I say it like 50 times in this video alone. Are you aware of reverse psychology? Just kidding. Anyway, again, bring this up. Bring that down. Bring this up. So you have that done. You can take this whole windshield assembly here and just bring that up. And there you go. Once you have that done, you come down here, rotate the legs downward, like that. Split the legs. You're going to take the heel part here, bring that down, bring the whole foot down, and you'll see this little toe section here actually raises up. It's on its own hinge, just to allow clearance for this piece right here to sit flush, which is a nice little touch. So bring that up, bring down his little toe. Then you want to bring down this panel, which will fill in that gap, and that's really cool. And you see there's a lot of molded in detail right there. And then you're bringing down this panel, and it'll fill in that gap. So I like how they had those extra panels that are just meant to fill in the gaps and not, leave them with hollow legs. That's really cool. Now, second verse, same as the first. That's right, I said it again. I'm a troll sometimes, I can't help it. Bring the heel down, bring down the foot, make sure this little toe is down. Bring down this panel, bring down this panel, and the legs are now done. Done, 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 done. So moving upward. Yeah, now, untap the wheel, untap the wheel. Basically want to bring them down all the way, because you're going to have to anyway. And you're going to take the arms right here, swing them out, and this peg will plug into that port. So bring it up, clip it in. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that up, plug it in. There you go. Locks in quite securely too. Bring it up just to make sure you can see what I'm doing, because that's kind of important here. So once you have all that done, you can bring the arm down, so the silver piece is facing forward, bring down the forearm, rotate it at that bicep swivel right there. You're going to open up this panel right here and bring out the fists, which are really tight, and it does help a little. It does help, not a lot, but it helps if you've loosened this screw a little bit, because these screws, just like on Heavy Noisy, the screws on the forearms for some reason are just super tight, and you can tell how tight the screws are because they actually even stripped it a bit. That's how tight they put these screws in. So you might want to loosen up the screws on his forearms when you get them, because these can be quite a pain to get out. There we go. So bring out the hand, you can close that up, and you'll see there's a tab right there. It'll just go into this groove right here. Once you have it all lined up, there you go. Rotate the hand, and that arm is ready to go. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that down, rotate, open, flip, if you can. There we go. Close that up. Make sure that tab goes in. Rotate the fist. And there you go. Now you got the arms all done. Now you're going to take this whole assembly here and bring it down. And it will click into place. Right there. Nice and secure. Just like that. You want to come back here. Flip up the head. There you go. Now the backpack, this whole back assembly, the instructions don't really tell you what to do with this back assembly. Basically, the way you get it in boxes, this is flipped like that. These are folded in like that. And then you take this whole front grille assembly here, you bring that up, and you bring it up over his head. Oh, you have to lift up this panel right here. You have to lift up this panel for clearance. So you want to bring this whole assembly up and over his head. Bring it back. You also want to take this grill section here, whatever this is, flip that up, and bring it down like that. That's the way it comes boxed, and that's the way it even has it pictured in the instructions from this starting point right here, which is fine. And it's it looks good, but it also doesn't make sense because this section right here actually untabs. And the whole time I'm wondering, why the heck does this untab? It seems to untab for no real reason. But I found a way to kind of make this whole backpack compress a bit more, because you can see it is sticking out a bit on the sides. And there are a couple ways you can do it. I mean, honestly, one way I even kind of sussed out was, if you bring this down, just fold this back up the way it is. If you can take this and actually kind of tuck it in there like that, and then bring that up, and that makes basically a nice little compact backpack there, but he ends up looking like he has a box on his back from the front. Again, doesn't look horrible, but that's one way you can deal with it. Now just bring this up and fold this out again, and I'll show you a way that I came up with that I think works a bit better. Now, one thing, the instructions do tell you this, I just kind of forgot it until now, but these panels right here will actually slide inward, and they're kind of a pain in the butt to do, but it's doable. You want to take it and push it, and they'll slide in, and you want to push them in until they click into place. And basically you'll know because these little the pieces right here they're connected to will be sticking out. They'll end up jutting out from this section right here, so just want to push it until it clicks. And there you go. And now you know they're clicked in place. And then second verse, same as the first. You're going to take that and just give it a push until it clicks. There we go, just like that. Now, the way I've found that compacts everything the best is just fold it up, and then you just kind of take it and tuck it in. Tuck it in as far as it will go. I mean, it's on a double hinge here, so you can kind of take it and play with it. And just kind of, tuck these panels in as far as they'll go, like that, and then bring these down, and then you can take this assembly and bring it down and bring it over. And from the front, it looks a lot more compact. I mean, it's still visible, but it's a lot more compact than it was before. So, for me anyway, I think that's the best way to handle this whole backpack, because you just do that with it. Now the wheels, the instructions tell you to leave the wheels facing out like that. I'm not the biggest fan of the way that looks, so what I like to do is, since they are on a hinge, I like to actually take them and fold them in like that. And for me anyway, I think that looks a lot better. So, but there you go. There you have Swindle in his robot mode. He's all done. Yay! And he actually does look really cool. I love this. This is such a cool updated design of Swindle. Looks really cool. Getting close on the head sculpt here. First of all, wicked light piping on this guy. Amazing light piping on this guy. Very, very cool. And that's a smile no one should trust ever. Ever, ever, ever. But a very cool head sculpt. And all around, a very nicely done sculpt. Just lots of nice molded detail. You got some extra silver here, a little bit of black. Just a lot of nice molded in detail. Some silver here on the shoulders. And just a lot of nice molding. Just the details will look, just look really good. Nice sculpt. Again, just all that detail that's revealed when you fold down those panels. Very nice, very nice. I like how he doesn't end up with, the hollow legs. You have those panels to fill all that in. And the backpack, again, the backpack is what it is. But, yeah, very, very cool. Now, articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint, but there's not a lot of wiggle room. You can look up and down pretty well, but side-to-side wiggle is not really there. Arms can do a full 360. They can go in and out. They do have a bicep swivel. You do have your elbow joints. You do have a wrist swivel. The hands do open and close. You do get a waist joint. The legs can go forward, they can go back, in and out. You got your thigh swivel. You got full range of motion here on the knees due to transformation. And the feet are on the ball joint, so you can get some good tiltage and up and downage and all kinds of side-to-side-age and all that other kinds of age. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I really don't. But there you go. And of course he can hold his weapons. He can hold his small pistol right here. Now, apparently, this is my understanding. I've read this in a couple places. Apparently, there was supposed to be a separate piece that allowed you to mount this onto his shoulder. Now, there are ports, well, not really ports, they're basically just screw holes. And obviously his shoulder kind of gets in the way of it being able to plug in there. And either way, it doesn't hold. Apparently, there was supposed to be a separate piece that was meant just to plug this onto his shoulder, and that was cut for whatever reason. This is my understanding. I could be wrong, but that's just from what I've heard so far. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Maybe, you know, they cut the comic book out. Maybe they had to cut that piece out for whatever reason. I don't know. Stuff happens. That's all I can tell you. But I'm going to take this, flip down this larger handle right here, and you can hold the big cannon. Plug that in. Get in there, man. And this kind of has that trick like Heavy Noisy, where you basically have to kind of put it in and then kind of push it up into his hand for him to hold it. There you go. So now he's holding his big cannon and his little pistol. And now he's ready to do some swindling. Some good swindling. But yeah, he's really cool. I really do like this guy. Now for comparison. Here he is with Heavy Noisy. You can see how they look together. You can see he's actually a bit shorter than Heavy Noisy. Oh, one thing I wanted to point out too. If you remember when I reviewed Heavy Noisy, you notice, you remember if I said, you know, oh, you can't hold these little pistols, right, because they don't go all the way in, and they cut out the groove on one side but not on the other to accommodate these tabs. Actually, hey, look, he can't actually hold them just fine. There's a trick to it. Somebody pointed this out to me, and I did not know this. Basically, you're just going to take it and you're going to plug it in sideways like that, and then twist it, and voila. He holds his guns just fine. So, yeah, thank you to the person who pointed that out to me. The only person that pointed that out to me. I think that means more to me than anything else. Only one person pointed it out. I love you guys. I really do. But there he is with Heavy Noisy. And we'll bring in everybody here, Airbursts, so you can get the team so far all in shot here. So there you go. They're the three not combaticons that we have so far. And again, they're looking good. They're looking real good together. I'm liking the way this team's shaping up. I really am. And here he is with the other third-party Swindle. Here is Fans Projects, not Swindle. Here's Munitioner. You can see, oops, he doesn't want to stand. Stand up, man. Stand up. He has a humongous backpack. If you want to talk about backpacks, look at that. But, yeah, here he is with Munitioner. They have that. And just because she wants Swindle, because she's precious. He really is. So, there you go. Now, as far as Sly Strike is concerned, very cool figure. It does have, you know, some issues here and there. I mean, none of these figures have been perfect, and frankly, I don't expect them to be, honestly. I don't expect perfection out of any figure, you know, so little fiddly bits here and there, but, you know, the backpack is a bit, you know, it's kind of figure it out on your own, really, because the instructions aren't any help at all. But, all in all, though, he's a really good-looking figure. I really like this robot mode. I think it looks really good. I think this is a really nice updated Swindle and a nice, you know, a nice, big, hefty figure. Again, the only thing that really scares me is just these panels right here. Just seem like they flex a little more than I would like. But other than that, he feels nice and solid and feels like a good quality figure. And I really do like him. He's cool. I loves me some Swindle, so I think that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Warbotron SLY Strike, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.
remember my feet being able to touch the floor before. This is weird.
Hey, Mr. Shocky, you call me?
Yes, Swindle. I've called you here because I need to utilize your talents. Apparently your reputation says that you're a master manipulator and a master thief.
Yeah, I am pretty good. Hey, what's that over there?
What? What's over where? What the? How did you do that?
It's a gift, what can I say?
That was pretty impressive, but you won't get me again. You know what they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Where'd my cannon go?
I'm sorry. Fool you twice, what?
I'm seriously gonna have to watch out for him.